Democratic lawmakers just introduced a bill that would raise the federal minimum wage to $25 an hour, up from the current $7.25 an hour now. The bill, introduced by Democrats, is leading an effort to ensure that families have enough money for basic needs. This is great news for workers, but potentially bankruptcy-causing news for small businesses who are already struggling to absorb tariffs and supply chain constraints from the war in Iran. So, maybe not the best timing. What you need to know, which I didn't know until I wrote this and filmed it, is that there's a federal minimum wage that's currently $7.25 an hour. And then there's a state minimum wage, which is $16 an hour here in upstate New York where I live. But each state has their own minimum wage. So how does a business know what the minimum wage is that they're supposed to pay their employees? The federal law states that a business must pay the higher rate among federal, state, and local laws. As of January 1st, 2026, there are 30 states, plus Washington, D.C., who have adopted the state minimum wage as the higher than the federal minimum wage of $7.25 per hour. Politics aside, I'm not going to lie. There's no way anyone can support themselves on a federal minimum wage of $7.25 per hour. So I'm all for whichever political party wants to increase the federal minimum wage. I think we should have a national conversation, including voices from some of the businesses that'll pay their workers minimum wage, in order to discuss the pros and cons of raising the federal minimum wage. You know, a healthy debate, like we used to have here in the United States. Thanks for listening to my hot take about how lawmakers want to increase the federal minimum wage to $25 an hour. If you haven't already, smash that like button and do me a solid and subscribe to my channel so you'll be notified next time I drop a hot take. Thanks.